Well, what a week it has been. My goodness, what a week already. I want to tell you about what's going on in my world. But first, if you're watching this, please write in the comment section where in the world you're watching from. And one other thing, if you got my new book or if you're going to go get it, it's called Killer House. And it's number one in two different categories on Amazon. I'm just beyond grateful. It's really showing me that it's changing people's lives. And not only that, that people are open to finding out more about what it is that could be killing them, why they don't feel well. And my goal in life, I want to also talk to you about my show, Faith and Freedom, coming up Sunday. And it's really all about faith, health, and freedom. Because if you don't have your health, you can't do what God wants you to do in this life. And there is perhaps another reason for why you don't have your health, and that could be spiritual warfare, which we're going to be talking about on my show this Sunday. I'm going to tell you about who's on my show. Okay, Lisa. Lisa said she's going to order my book on Amazon, Killer House. I am 150% confident, Lisa, and anybody else who is watching. I am 150% confident it will change your life. Now, I'm not saying this to brag because that's not what I want to do. Somebody had recently told me, "Aren't you happy that it did so well on Amazon?" Y- I'll be honest with you. Yes, and it's not no. Of course I'm grateful. Of course I feel blessed and amazing, but not for the reason that you think. I had somebody recently said, "Oh, wow, you could be rich and famous or whatever." Number 1, after seeing what my husband has gone through with fame, and he does it well, he wears it well. He's, uh, an amazing guitar player, a legendary rock and roll icon. On his last tour, by the way, this summer, go to tednugent.com if you wanna get your tickets, remaining tickets. But I've seen what he goes through, and this is his last tour because not because he doesn't love the music, not because he doesn't love playing the guitar, but it's the travel and the hotels, and it's very tiresome. And he's 74 years old, 74, and he's still doing this, which is amazing. But it's the reason I'm happy about my book is that it's telling me that people are resonating with this topic. I'm kind of a pioneer in this area. Not many people are talking about toxic mold. Not many people are putting this information out there. I mean, there are some ridiculously great books about toxic mold, but they're also written like a textbook. And my book is written more of like a story format. It's kind of I put a lot of personal information about what had happened to me. So I talk you through a little bit of my history. It's a little bit of a memoir, and I did that for a certain reason. I read a book a couple years ago called Bitten about Lyme disease, and I'm thinking, oh, I know not all about, I know a lot about Lyme disease. I was once on the Lyme Alliance Foundation in Michigan on the board, and I learned a lot about it. I think Ted had Lyme disease. I think we've all been exposed to ticks and tick bites, and we wonder what's going on. Anyways, I read this book, and I couldn't put it down because it was written like a story, and I thought, "That's the kind of book that I wanna write. I wanna write a book like a story." In fact, I'm gonna tell you a secret. If you watch to the end, I'm gonna tell you a secret. So, I wrote the book about how I was an athlete growing up. I was, a state champion swimmer 2 times and all this yada, yada, yada. Used to race motocross. Then I was named Detroit's most physical female. I was super healthy, eating salads all the time. Then I got sick and almost died. The reason I share this with you is because I don't want anyone to go through what we went through. Pastor Anthony Thomas, who's going to be on my Faith and Freedom show, had told me, this is what God calls us to do, number one, help other people. But number two, it's interesting because he said, Moses left everything to preach the gospel. Moses went to the desert. And those of you who have been sickened by toxic mold, I talk about this in my book. We walked away from our MTV Cribs home. You don't think I had a lot of cool things in there that I liked? I had some nice clothes and everything, but I realized it doesn't mean anything if you don't have your health. I'm going to get all choked up about it. Okay. Anyways, love to see. Okay, Lisa Miller. Who else? I'm going to put my glasses on. Who else is getting my book, Killer House, on Amazon? Who else is getting? I'm looking through the comics. Hello, Alyssa. How are you? Good to see you here. And I said, oh, thank you. Yeah, he doesn't look a day over 30. Yeah, it's a clean lifestyle that Ted has had. And the venison, I think. God bless you both. Thank you so much, Dave and David Allen Nancy. Hey, did I read that right? I need my glasses. I have my glasses. Okay. No, there is no underlying series. Absolutely not. Want to set the record straight. Nothing wrong with him. He just is getting to the point where he is the hardest working human being I've known. And I was telling somebody this the other day. They were like, oh, we need to go on a vacation every year. 2 weeks ago on vacation. I'm like, Ted and I have never been on a vacation that doesn't have something to do with work. Even going to Africa, we were filming our show, going to Europe. He's playing the Swedish Rock Festival and touring, and we've gone to every state. I'm not by any means complaining or anything. I feel blessed to have had that life, but he's just a freaking workaholic. And I think he wants to spend more time at home, spend more time with the dogs, spend more time with the grandkids. And he's going to still be playing. He's just not going to go on an official tour. That's all. So if you want to get your tickets, remaining tickets at tednugent.com, it will be the last official tour that he's going on. Now, he will continue to play charity events here and there and one-off events, things that he just loves to play with different musicians. Like he played with Jack Blades in Las Vegas recently, and he's going to play with Night Ranger in Michigan, in Traverse City, Michigan on July 3rd. So lots of cool, great stuff. He's not going to stop playing. There's no underlying medical condition or anything. He's good. He just wants to spend more time with the dogs. I'll be honest with you. Thank you so much, Don. I really appreciate it. Nobody was talking of, okay. Well, I just don't know what I can get away with talking about here. So, which is why I want to talk about the smoke. And if you haven't seen the videos of the drones and things like that, I want to talk about that. But I'm permanently banned on Twitter, and I am severely suppressed on all of social media that I have remaining left. I think right now I'm still on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram I'm on, but I'm severely suppressed and shadow banned and all that stuff. So that leads me to talking about my show, on Real America's Voice, called Faith and Freedom. And this Sunday, dude, come on. I have Dr. Peter McCullough. Are you kidding me? Every week I keep getting not better, but they were never bad guests. I mean, Kirk Cameron, Charlie Kirk, Byron Donalds, Anna Paulina Luna, Ted Nugent. I just feel really excited about this, but I'm excited to have these conversations with people that I can't have on social media anymore. So I want to encourage you to go to realamericasvoice.com. realamericasvoice.com on Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern. And you can watch my Faith and Freedom show. Now, I've had people say, "Oh, I'm in church at that time." Okay, I get it. So you can watch it on the replay. If you go to realamericasvoice.com and you click on the link for shows and then go to Faith and Freedom with Shemaine, you can click on the link to my show. And that way you can actually watch each individual segment for every show that I've done since I think I started, when did I start? In February, I think it was. But we've got Dr. Peter McCullough talking about the origins of a certain viral infection that I can't talk about here. I can't talk about it or I'll get banned. Those darn fact checkers. They're going to suppress me even more than I already am. But we talk about the origins of that, which, dude, and that's a generic term. Like you're gonna wanna watch this Sunday on realamericasvoice.com. Also, Christian music artist Jordan Feliz, one of my favorites. If you haven't heard his music, literally, if you see me in the car and I'm like dancing and swaying and singing and things like that, it's because I'm probably singing to his music, Jordan Feliz. So Jordan joins me. And then, guys, you're going to see me stunned for a moment because Prophet Mark Wesson recently called me out at Bard's Fest. Now, Bard's Fest is an amazing event, a spiritual warfare, faith, and freedom event run by Scott Kesterson of Bards FM. He has 17 shows a week. Now, they're audio only, and you can only find them on Podbean, or if you go to bards.fm, I think it is, look up Scott Kesterson, 38 million followers, probably up to 40 by now, which means he's on to something. And so I was speaking recently at Bard's Fest in Yuba City, California at Glad Tidings Church. And I spoke, there were all these pastor, veteran, amazing people, Prophet Mark Wesson, and me. But after my speech, where I shot a bow and arrow on stage talking about, sometimes we miss the mark. Not sometimes. For me, every day. I just, in some area, not always hit the bullseye, if you know what I mean. Like, oh, I should have said this, or I shouldn't have done that, or I didn't get this done, or I don't feel good today, or whatever it is. We miss the mark in many areas of our life. So I did that. I shot a bow on stage, which, why did I decide to do that? But I did get a bullseye, so it all worked out well. But after that, Prophet Mark Wesson gets up on stage. It's his turn to talk for an hour. And goes, "Before I do this, Shemaine Nugent, I have a word for you." And I'm in the audience watching him, hundreds of people there. And I'm like, I literally said, "Oh no, what did I do now?" What did I do? And he calls me out, and we go into great detail, and I've played it. I think I've posted it here on social media before, but long story short, he said, "You are an arrow." And basically, God is shooting you directly where you need to be. You are known for who you are, who I'm married to, but soon you are going to be known for whose you are. Like, that was powerful, dude. Okay, so that's going to be on Faith and Freedom this Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern on realamericasvoice.com. Again, if you're just joining in, you can catch it on the replay. You don't have to give up your Sunday morning, but you can watch it whenever you choose to. So yeah, great things. And then yesterday, who watched this? Can I get a amen? I don't think you can send hearts on social media here, but I was on Alex Jones's show yesterday. Are you kidding me? Did anybody watch that? Post in the comments section. Thank you so much for the kind words. Don't let them, it's, I'm okay. So it's finally posting this. Say your piece, Shemaine. Don't let them suppress you. That's why I have this show on Real America's Voice. I have a platform where I can speak what's on my mind. And I've got Anomaly coming up on a future Faith and Freedom show. And he's an internet sensation. And he was a hip hop recording artist turned news analyst. And we talk about the same thing. We gotta play the chess game with social media, big tech, and find out what we can post, what we can't, And he told me this, guys, so be careful about what you post. He said you can get suppressed by what people post as well. So, yes, thank you very much, John. Very kind. You hit the bullseye in more ways than. Thank you very much. Oh, yay, Elizabeth says, yes, Rocco was on. I got so many great comments. Rocco, there's a lot of times growing up when he was getting ready to do one thing or another, and I'd be, oh gosh, I hope he does. Say a little prayer for him. He did amazing. He spoke eloquently and intelligently and calmly, and he did great. He did great. So I don't know if you can watch that on the replay, but Infowars.com with Alex Jones. Rocco and I were on yesterday from between 12 and 1 p.m. Central Time. I don't know if there's a way to we took over the studio. It was great. Okay, so Kevin says, I'm reading your comments. Thank you for the comments. I appreciate that. Kevin says, how is your garden? Ridiculous. Ridiculous, 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 amazing, and an amazing. And today, I want to tell you, I have this, I never seen this before, long neck squash. It's the weirdest looking thing, but there's a lot of vitamins and nutrients in it, and it's hardy. And it grows in like a twisted, crooked neck and long and skinny and just different ways, depending on how your arch is. I mean, it's unbelievable. I've got watermelon growing up the trellis, and it's ridiculous, unbelievable. But so today I took some basil from the garden and some parsley and also some of this crooked neck squash. And I chopped it up, sauteed that with butter and garlic and a little bit of salt and pepper, then added some eggs and kind of made my own little omelet. And it was delicious with an avocado. And it was delicious. Okay, reading your comments. I give your heart. Oh, thank you so much. That's so kind of you. I appreciate that. Okay. Oh, James. Yeah, Rocco was driving, and I did a video yesterday. We were driving to Alex's studio, and there was this amazing blue Corvette that just zoomed by, and then a Hellcat that was trying to keep up with it, and it was a little bit dangerous situation. We stayed back. I think that's why Rocco thankfully stayed back and didn't want to get involved in that. Yes, tomatoes. I have so many tomatoes. I don't have okra, peppers, and cucumbers, squash, lots of lavender, which I love, lots of thyme and rosemary and basil, peppers. It's just amazing. I'm just every time I go out there, it puts a smile on my face. So thank you for asking, Kevin. I appreciate that. Okay, guys, we go trying to look back at the oh, don't make me cry. Not gonna cry. Not gonna do it. Not gonna cry. Susan Brown, thank you so much. Prophecy was spot on. God is using you, using both you and Ted. Yes. Yes, I agree. I agree. Whew, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Amen. Says bullseye. Thank you guys so much. Give me a little 30 seconds and I'm going to read some of these longer chats. Okay, so Plug away from okay. So I see somebody talking about Angel Studios. There's a lot of comments. Thank you so much. I want to see this one. I come from a Democrat family. It's too long for me to post. I come from a Democrat family, and you and Ted have opened up my eyes to realize that the Democrat Party is the worst, the world's most successful hate group. It attracts poor people who hate rich people, Black people who hate white people, gay people who hate straight people, feminists who hate men, environmentalists who hate the internal combustion engine, and a lot of bratty college kids who hate their parents. Wow. Oh, this is great. I'm going to try and post this. Let's see if it'll show up. It's very long. William. Yeah, it's too long to post. I want to finish reading it. The real secret of the Democrats Party, according to, this is from William Fitzpatrick. The real secret of the Democrat Party is that it attracts the support of journalists who hate Republicans and therefore who work tirelessly to convince the rest of the world, the rest of us, that we should vote for Democrats. God bless you. Thank you so much. So I think I caught somebody talking about Angel Studios and switching gears, Angel Studios and Sound of Freedom, which I have seen the movie with Jim Caviezel about a guy named Tim Ballard who rescues human trafficking victims. And I will tell you, I've seen an advanced copy of this film. It's amazing. It really is. I got goosebumps just thinking about it. I thought when I first heard about it, they've been trying to get this produced for a couple of years now. And I saw it over a year ago, and I got sent an advanced copy of it, and I thought they said, "Oh, it's about child trafficking." I'm like, "Oh, how do they do that tastefully?" They do. I believe it's PG-13, but they do it very tastefully, but it gets the message out. It's very well done. Jim Caviezel is amazing. It's an amazing film, Sound of Freedom. I think you can buy tickets to go see it at Angel Studios, I believe, is producing it. If somebody knows about that, please post that in the comment section. Scary if I'm gonna write you so much. Thank you guys so much. Okay, so info. Oh, Kevin posted. Is that the link? Wow, Kevin, you got my email? Email that to me. I want to repost that. Thank you so much. So if you guys want to check it out, Infowars.com, looks like 202-363-0627 something Tuesday. Thank you very much. All right. Oh, there was one other thing I wanted to share with you. So my book, Killer House, is #1 in 2 categories. And I started out saying, I am so grateful. I feel blessed that not only it is being recognized, but so that we can get this message out about toxic mold to so many other people, because I don't want you to have to take medication like I did. In my story, in my book, I go into great detail and talk about how you can recognize, remediate, and recover from toxic mold. But here is the, I got distracted by one comment. I'm going to address that right now. Okay. What happened to the Spirit of the Wild? Spirit of the Wild is now on Pursuit Channel. We've been on air for about 33 years. It's now on Pursuit Channel, and it's amazing, better than ever. So my secret that I wanted to share with you is, so I get my Killer House book, and I get it in the mail, and I've got copies, and I'm sending them to people, signing them, and I'm seeing what great things it's doing on Amazon. I'm so grateful, and I'm like, I want to write another book. This time is going to be completely different. I'm going to write the book that all of my books that I've written are the books that I've always wanted to write. Here it is. This is just the prototype. Killer House is the air in your home killing you. That's this most recent one. I also wrote 4 Minutes to Happy. That's available on Amazon.com. And Killer House, which is not available, I took it off the market only because The publisher at the time said, "We're probably going to stop publishing this book. Do you wanna buy the rights back?" And I went, "Yeah." So, I just haven't republished it, and if I were to update it, that was written in 2003, 20 years ago. Dude, a lot has happened in 20 years, and if I were to write about it, my life story in the past 20 years, if I were to update Married to a Rock Star, I think people would go, "Well, that's not believable. That didn't all no. All that? No, that didn't happen. How could?" I am living proof that not only is the human body has an amazing ability to heal and get healthy, but to be resilient. So, okay, so all that to say, here is my secret with you. The next book that I'm writing right now, I've already started it, is a novel, and I'm super excited about it. I read it. I read parts of it to Rocco while we were driving. He's like, "Mom, that's so good. I can't wait. That's so good. It's like James Patterson." I'm like, "I love James Patterson. Thank you." Anyway, super excited. I guess I'm like Ted. Like, I'm just constantly running and doing. So, all right, guys. Thank you so much, each and every one of you, for being here. It really buoys my spirits, not only to have this kind of communication with you despite what we've been through in the past 3 years with the pandemic, but that this is resonating with you. And I get your comments and DMs, and I am so grateful that anything that I've said has helped you. So thank you. God bless you. Check out Killer House on Amazon. Get your copy today. Makes a good gift. Just saying. A lot of people have been resistant over the past 20 years when this first started happening to us, and they were resistant to, it's all in your head. You're stressed. Well, yeah. So some people who might not be catching on to maybe the air in their home is killing them, get it for a gift. It might just change their life. It might save their life. Okay, guys, have a great day. I am really signing off for now. Have a great day. Make it a great day. Grab my book, watch my show, Faith and Freedom, on Real America's Voice, Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern. And I will be talking to you again very soon. Okay, have a great day.